This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
On the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya.
Did I hit somebody? Yeah, I'll get it. Sorry. Yes. Is the guy okay? Let's see. Is the guy okay? They're checking right now. He looks all right. Sorry about that.
I see Montoya concerned about the number 6 crew member here. We'll go get him checked out here. He's got some ice on his thigh. Hopefully, his elbow, I see. Man, he's got a bandage on his elbow. Hopefully, he's going to be okay.
Marcus Ambrose led the first lap in his Cup Series career last week at Pocono when he was thought he was going to have a top 10 finish. Got shuffled out there into contact with David Rudiman and Denny Hamlin, and now leading again 3 wide, headed toward the inner loop. And folks, that won't work even 2 wide.
No, there goes Strimmy through the grass. He's going around in front of these guys. Oh man,
Jeff Gordon gets a piece of it.
So does
Kevin Harvick.
Harvick got
Carl Edwards right there
into the side of Jeff Gordon.
Strimmy trying to get it fired, and we will have a full course caution.
Right side damage, rear damage on it.
Making a move and getting by Ryan Newman.
Yeah, Ryan had run up about the 5th spot there early, but he's starting to lose some spots, so sure he'll be some adjustments made on his car. Here we're right along with Boris said. Watch his feet. He's up through this. As you can see, you want to get wide open and stay there. He's going to shift gears there. Have a crash down in turn 1. Bobby Labonte.
Go on, man. Get it going. Good hole behind the 34 right here. Right here. Go, go, go.
No caution as of yet. Load. Watch here, see, don't think Bobby really knew that Jeff Burton was there. It's really hard for the spotters to see a lot of these places, too. You have to position them around the track. Oh,
hard,
Dale Jr.
Hard lick for Junior.
And he is head first into the tire barrier. All the way across the gravel.
We're done.
Reed Sorensen involved in this wreck. Yeah, this is going to bring the caution out. Nailed with that penalty.
Just don't know how much has changed their strategy. They've had some things that will have a crash on the track. Oh,
hard,
Dale Jr.
Hard lick for Junior.
And he is head first into the tire barrier. Great run that 16 car is having. We talk about the fact that he's never had a whole lot of luck on road courses, but he has done a great job staying in the top 5 most of the afternoon in 4th position. Well, our leader is Tony Stewart, so why don't we let Radio Shack. Whoops. We got a crash on the racetrack. The 39 car of Ryan Newman going around. Contact with Patrick Carpentier.
We said that's the action spot on this course.
Clear after the owner.
Huge crash here at Watkins Glen. Heavy contact. Jeff Gordon involved. Jeff Burton is there. Heavy hit by the 77 car of Sam Hornish. He is out of his car. Jeff Gordon is yet to come out. Now he is climbing out of the car.
I say we're done for the day.
It's a very fast part of the racetrack. As you come out of turn 9, you're wide open. Anything happens, there is room to avoid it, but obviously these guys were in a position not to do that. And Sam Hornish's car taking a huge lick. All of these guys are out of the cars. That's a good thing. See, not to do that. And Sam Hornish's car taking a huge lick. All of these guys are out of the cars. That's a good thing. See, we saw Jeff Burton on the other side of the guardrail.
I'll show you what happened here a moment ago on lap 61.
Here's Sam Hornish racing with Casey Kane as they come out of the corner. Oh,
looks like Casey got loose and tried to correct it. Got into Sam, and goodness gracious, what
just as we saw the other day. Wow, huge lick by Jeff Gordon. It's good to see him get out of his car.
And Sam Hornish. Both of those cars hit extremely hard on that second impact.
Gordon head on into the Armco barrier.
We saw this happen with Jason Leffler's car the other day, get thrown back, and Jeff Gordon wide open, nowhere to go.
It's good to see those guys get out of the car.
Joey Logano just missing the inside of the 77 car when he came by.
Right along with Jeff Gordon here. Be ready, folks. This is hard. Ooh. Man, just no time to do anything.
And there's no safer barrier there. That's just an Armco barrier. Caution number 5 here at the Heluva Good at the Glen NASCAR Sprint Cup race. Debris on the racetrack is the reason for the caution flag, and we'll show you where that debris came from.
That's a tire carcass off of, I believe it's Elliott Sadler's car.
Yeah, you can watch Elliott trying to pass Casey Mears down into turn 1, gets in a little hot, doesn't want to get into Casey and spins out right here. That's not the end of this.
There's actually 2 wrecks going on at the same time right behind this group. The 55 car and the 6 of David Reagan were fighting for position, getting in the corner. Right here you see David Reagan driving undercar. Yeah, that was a smart move by Jimmy Johnson, because that's a risky place on the track to try to contest that spot.
See, right behind them is Brian Vickers, who came in the last time and got tires. He's worked his way back to the 13th spot.
Tony Stewart trying to get his 3rd win of 2009. It would be his 5th win here at Watkins Glen, which will make him the all-time winningest NASCAR driver at this historic racetrack. And but the questions are, how much fuel do they have? And you take a look at Edwards and Ambrose, pretty darn close. Tony looks like he has a little more than those other 2.
He has 1 lap more fuel than Ambrose. If we look at their last pit stop, Tony Stewart made his on lap 56, and Ambrose made his on 55, so that's the difference there. And actually, Carl Edwards made his on 54. So if we want to look at cars in that running order that probably have the least amount of fuel or the most laps on this tank of fuel, it would be Carl Edwards.
It's going to be a matter of who did the best job under the cautions that they had of saving the fuel, and you know, whose carburetor's a little better right here.
And here's the bad news, DJ. At a course like this, if you run out of fuel in the last lap, there's still 28 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, you don't make it back. You finish behind all of them.
But all of these guys that are up front there are in a position to gamble pretty much. You know, all of them pretty solidly. Well, the 2 guys, Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart, solidly in the chase part. Marcus Ambrose doesn't have a chance really of finding himself in that top 12. So they're all 3 in a position to gamble some.
Saving fuel, buddy. Saving fuel. Yeah, saving just a little. Save a little more.
Well, that's a little tough to do at this point.
Well, we have seen Carl Edwards drop back a little bit, and I think he's, because as you pointed out, he was the first one of those cars on pit road that he's having to do a little bit more, just try to salvage that 3rd place.
Well, this is one of the teams that gambled on having more caution laps than we've had so far. And I'm actually surprised we haven't had more caution laps, and the red flag is what caused that. They didn't get to run any laps off while they were cleaning the track.
Marcus Ambrose now gained 4/10 that time on Tony Stewart. 3 laps to go for Ambrose, and if he were to finish 2nd, it would be a career best finish, but he's not thinking about career best right now. He's thinking about winning a race.
He wants that W.
2 laps to go here.
Whoop.
Wow.
I think Ambrose is struggling just a little bit getting into turn 1.
Yeah, it looked like he was just kind of chasing it pretty hard there, trying to gain some more spots. And
he's just pushing, trying to make up some spots or some ground here on Stewart. If he could ever he feels like if he could get closer to Stewart, he could maybe either force in a mistake or just have a chance to surprise him like we saw on Saturday with Kyle Busch. Just can't get there, though. Tony Stewart just so solid.
We talked about how Tony Stewart's car didn't look that steamy in the final practices, or most practices all day on Saturday, but he didn't need to look good on Saturday.
That's right. It wasn't time to show your cards. He's got them all on the table now, though. Pretty good hand so far.
In the 26-year history of NASCAR racing at Watkins Glen, there has never been a last lap pass here for the victory. And if it's going to happen, it needs to happen right now. White flag for Tony Stewart, and there's the interval back between Stewart and Ambrose.
Well, it's all about the fuel now. There's not going to be a pass unless something happens as far as the fuel goes.
Okay, it's gut check time right now. You got to think even both of them are thinking about saving, just try to feather foot it up through here, because the only thing that's going to lose it for him is running out of fuel.
Yeah, but if you're the 47, you don't want to lose contact with him in case that happens coming out of the last corner. Yeah. You want to be able to have that opportunity.
The top 6 cars are very, very close on fuel. Got to be wondering if they can make it another half a lap. Tony Stewart trying to make it and win the race. Marcus Ambrose trying to make it and finish 2nd, or maybe hope Tony Stewart doesn't.
Looks like they're going to make it. This is going to be the critical corner here.
The 1 car, Martin Truex, we are told, slowing over in the back of the course. He may be out of fuel.
Great run by Tony Stewart today, though. Showed why he's so good.
Coming out of turn 11, it will be official. Tony Stewart wins at Watkins Glen. Marcus Ambrose, best career finish in second spot, and Carl Edwards will come home from the back of the pack in third. Kyle Busch fourth. Greg Biffle, the first ever top 5 here.
See Montoya, Kurt Busch, and Max Pappas with a great run up in the 8th spot today.
Yeah, top 10 was a good day for Pappas, and they brought it home in there.
Tony Stewart, what have we
All right, boys. Way to get her done.
talked about Superman and Watkins Glen. He's finished first or second in the last now 6 years in a row here at this racetrack.
Yeah.
Let's go down and visit with his crew chief, Shannon.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.